Another best of 5. We are still looking at Group A, and we have our second match. So we already had Banana H going up against Gia, and now in the same group we have Daykwaza against Team Hlopaka. Now, the series between Banana H and Gia was kind of nuts. Especially if you consider that Banana H ended up being first place after the round robin, and Gia was 8th place. Now in this series, we're a little bit closer together. When you look at the standing after the round robin, our first phase of the tournament, we had Daykwaza in position number 4 and Team Hlopaka in 5. So the two of them are super, super close here. And I'm more than a little bit intrigued to see who is going to walk away with the victory here. But yeah, we've been absolutely blessed with amazing games so far in the group stage. So this is the best of 5. We still have one draft rule and one draft rule only. This is that heroes cannot be played more than once within a series. So after we're heading into game number 2, the heroes that were played on the first map can't be played anymore, and so on and so forth as we continue. In best of 3s, that can have a bit of an impact, but not really all too much. In best of 5s, it has a bit more. Keep in mind there's 90 heroes in the pool, so unless we are introducing full Meta Madness rules, where you have on top of that also pre-bans, it normally doesn't have that big of an impact here. But in a 5th map, it can... Well, in a 5th map, it can definitely have an impact, and it will. We've already seen that in the previous series. But yeah, anyways, now that we're heading into this game, it's going to be pretty wild. Now, I want to remind everybody, we are currently in season number 2 of the Banshee Cup. We have on top of that also, thanks to Psychic, thanks to Kevin, who is still keeping the Heroes of the Storm scene alive as best as he can. The man is doing more for Heroes Esports than Blizzard. Thanks to him, we have now 1,500 for the top 3 places in the tournament. And we have another $1,000 that go to the bounty pool. So we introduced the bounty system. And the way that the bounties work is pretty easy. We have the conditions right here. If you win with one of those, you get a ticket for the bounty pool. Teams get multiple tickets for the pool. Every single time you complete one of these, you get one. At the end of the season, we're looking at how many bounties were completed in total. And then each team gets a share depending on how many bounties they themselves were able to get as a relation. So if you are really diligent about completing a couple of bounties and other teams don't really do a whole lot, then you will get a massive chunk out of those $1,000, and this incentivizes teams quite a bit. At this point in the tournament, if I'm not quite mistaken, we have 7 bounties that are completed, so not a whole lot. Teams have been trying. There have actually been quite a few of attempts to get bounties done, but a lot of them were shut down by the opponents. So yeah, something to keep in mind. Also, this is all optional. Teams don't have to do this whatsoever. If you want to focus on the tournament victory, here, there you go. Just, that's it. We're not trying to force the teams into anything. That's what Meta Madness is for. This is just all optional. If the teams feel that they have the upper hand, if they feel that they can win a map with a handicap, then they can try and pull that off. Now, as we're heading into game number 1, we got Sylvanas played. This is the second time now that we have Haunted Mines as the map and Sylvanas actually sees play. It's still wild to me. Normally when we are playing on Haunted Mines, which is not a lot, granted, then we get Sylvanas banned out super quickly, and she has been banned consistently throughout the round robin phase. But now that we're heading into one of her best maps, arguably, she all of a sudden gets picked. So I'm like, alright. Now, well, we got Junkrat, we got Urel, and we have Rhaegar. So nice combo for game number 1 already, with Madara on Junkrat. Let's see what we're going to get as a main tank for them. With Panax on Garrosh. That question is obviously answered for Team Hlopaka. Hlopaka's team has always been a little bit more on the wild side. So let's see if they bust something out for us. Maybe not in the first map. But yeah, we got Rexa on the top lane now. We got Stukov. Kind of curious what Hlopaka picks. He's always been the X-Factor pick for them throughout the entire tournament. And he's always been a little bit aggressive. So yeah. To an extent where his players sometimes act him, dude, like, take it easy. Just, like, hang back a little bit more. Final double pick for the blue team. Jojo for the front. And, well, a bit more damage would be nice. We get Chromie for Drakia. Could shift it with Madara. Both can play that. Our final choice, though, for the red team as we are about to head into game number 3. It should be a good one. We've had awesome games from the two of them. Cho'Gall games from Team Hlopaka, Gazlo from Daykwaza, Nova attempts to... I'm not sure if they're going into bounties here, but the games that they delivered this far were just awesome. Here we get Genji as our final pick in game number 1. So let's head straight into the first map, Haunted Mines.
Get ready
Game number 1, Chromie, played by Madara for Team Daykwaza. We got Drakia on Junkrat, Gamer Boy on Rega, Makotzel on Johanna, and we have Daykwaza playing Urel. Over on the right side of the map, Team Hlopaka with Hlopaka himself playing Genji, Panax on Garrosh, Miriale on Sylvanas, heading into the Might of the Banshee Queen. We got Hunter Orc on Stukov, and we get Rexa played by Hirath. So, it's go time on Haunted Mines. Same rules, by the way. Haunted Mines, I mean, I think technically they could pick it before, but this is one of those things that we occasionally do, where on a 5-mapper we actually dictate the first map, and we've now, for the first round in this group, decided on Haunted Mines. Chromie gets murdered. I was not ready for that. Okay, so yeah, Chromie gets killed. That's a very, very quick first kill. I mean, she just pulled Lauber, basically. That was one of the... She Laubered so fast, I didn't even catch it. I haven't seen a Lauber this quickly in an eternity. I mean, she got basically killed before the 20-second mark. That's wild. That's just absolutely wild. At the top, Daykwaza is now facing off against Genji and against Rexa. Genji is obviously going to make the rotation between the bot and the top lane throughout the game, just to mess with them a little bit here. But yeah, pretty sweet for Team Hlopaka, opening this one up with a quick kill. Bit of aggression. Starting to push that out here too. So, let's see if they can follow up on that with additional kills. Specifically, of course, Hlopaka, who's just dancing around with Genji right now and trying to set up additional kills for the team. Pumpkins have now spawned, so this is the moment when you can start making some moves here. Stun for Misha, and a kill! The Rega is down. Rega gets quickly obliterated, so he is gone, and they're trying for the camp now that the blue team doesn't have a support anymore. Have to tap the fountain too, a bit of a pre-tap as Hlopaka decides if he still wants to commit to this. So with them pre-tapping, they definitely have the power to go in for the camp, and they are willing to commit fully. So yes, everybody is on board for that fight. They're all putting it on the line here. Chromie is dead again. Yeah, apparently she likes it. Okay, that's the second time that Chromie gets murdered. They took the camp too. Hoped for another kill. This time they weren't able to grab it. But that's not too bad. 3 kills to 0. Chromie dying twice and the camp being taken. Leading experience for Team Hlopaka. And that's a good start. Well, for game number 1, that's a good opening here. I haven't seen an objective yet, hasn't been announced yet. Will be in 20 seconds. But with Sylvanas, they can also already push. And Sylvanas on Haunted Mines is fantastic. Doesn't matter if you get the objective and push with the golem, or if you even ignore it as your opponent heads into the lower level and just try to go for some structures yourself. You can always get value out of her here. Specifically, of course, when you're taking the lead in the game and you're starting to call the shots in the plays. Can they do that? We'll see. But at least for now, they're off to a good start. 3 kills to 0, that alone is already pretty sweet. That puts a lot of pressure onto your opponent. And they're trying to now push through the top side wall to just prep it for the objective, prep it for the later stages. Pumpkins are already connecting, and they're about to take some of the towers out here. The gate is gone, so now you have the vision on top of that. They're looking good. They definitely are. But the mines open in 5 seconds, and then the first objective is up, and then we're going to see a little bit more of what the teams can actually do here, and how deep they can go with this. So, yeah. And the blue team is a little bit faster. They got Rega, who was really useful with the lightning shield in a situation like this, of course. So, yeah, Rega already doing a little bit of work here. And the rest of the team has completely spread throughout the lower level in an attempt to make those moves. Madara, look at this. Decent mount for him. Gotta appreciate that. Also, again, shout out to everybody that's playing cross-server. Madara, Fancy Pants, we got a few more. We got Hyde, of course, too. Some more Americans that are playing cross-server in the tournament here. It's always kind of fun to see that. It's always kind of sweet to see them play with a bit of a ping disadvantage and just like trying to rush through this. So yeah, big shout out to them for making that happen anyways. Garrosh gets taken apart, and it's the first time that the blue team got a kill. So yeah, nicely done. Blue team gets 1 kill, and now still 30. I mean, they have 39, 40 skulls already. So this is a pretty big advantage now for the blue team. Which is fine. Again, as long as Sylvanas is getting some value here by pushing through the top, if you have the first objective being up, you can do a lot here. And this is exactly what they're doing, as you can see. They're trying to go for the 1/4, and then even with the golem, it might not be enough for Team Daykwaza to really do the exact amount of damage on the other side. So Stukov gets killed, and losing heroes here is never a good idea. but the first objective is usually not strong enough to have that big of a dent. And let's not forget, there is a lead in experience that they now establish for themselves too, so that can help. Top side, Daykwaza gets attacked here, level 7 versus 7 currently, and the team is committing now down at the bottom to the big one, to the golem. They want to make sure that they get the 92 stacks. Yeah, Hlopaka is attempting to steal a few away, has to be very careful, and I think he just screwed up. Okay, still had the Swift Strike up. I thought it was on cooldown, but yeah, he gets away. Is just zipping away quickly and moves down. And the rest of the team has taken the fort down. So the fort has now been destroyed, and essentially, with the first objective, if they want to draw even, Team Daykwaza has to now try and destroy a fort. And with the first objective, it's always a question if you can really make that happen. Because the first one is kind of weak. Not really that strong. So, the Sylvanas plays at the beginning of any game on Haunted Mines, this can do a lot for you now. And they're already attacking the top 4 too, so it's not like they stop at the bottom. They do some work here as well. Slowing stance for Chromie, huh? Alright. Not going for the temporal loop here. They're trying for Urel though. And Daykwaza, yeah, he's dead. Gets hit and is dead. They're even pushing. I don't know if you can call that a golem. It's just an oversized minion, but they're using it. They're taking the second fort out. So down at the bottom, at least they're going to get one. But I'm not quite sure if they were ready for this. And they have to all retreat now because they're not even stopping. Team Hlopaka just like, guys, you know what? Let's just YOLO. YOLO! We got Sylvanas. Let's go! And they're taking the wall at the keep apart. They try for the keep completely. And that is nice value. It's 2 forts destroyed against 1, and even the keep is taking damage. As long as they can all retreat here, they're going to be totally fine. And indeed they do. Down at the bottom of the map, this is still a bit of a slow approach from the golem. They can now also hearth. Yes, the keep. Nah, I don't even think the keep is going to take damage here, to be honest with you. There's another minion wave coming in it. There's a catapult in it. The team is rotating back down. They're even heading for siege giants. And they can easily defeat that. Keep is not... I mean, maybe it's going to take a little bit of damage, but nothing significant. That's a win. They even have the early level 10. So yeah, Keep takes some damage, but it's just nothing compared to what they just did. Really smart play from Team Hlopaka. They've been good with this for a long time in the round robin phase too. I'm not saying they're not inting at all. Sometimes they have a bit of an aggressive play that doesn't pay off, and then they overstep. How do you call it? He gets out though. But that was still pretty sweet. Level 10 on both sides right now. And, well, with that, they're getting Rhaegar. Rhaegar's down. Junkrat. Again, she getting the kills. 4 heroes, 5 heroes eliminated. 5-man team wipe. And that, of course, means top keep is now going to get attacked very quickly. They're coming in with Sylvanas. Yeah, they crushed him here. Garrosh got the first kill against Rhaegar, and then from there on out, it was just an absolute shit show. They basically lost everything. So, huge disaster for them. The keep is gone. Utter domination on the first map by the red team. Yeah. Really well done. All of the plays so far worked out very nicely for them. Damage output, we're having 20,000 for Genji, 14,000, 15,000 for Junkrat. But they're just not getting any kills. They're not getting anything done right now. They got totally crushed in those last fights. Their forts are destroyed. Just the macro strategy alone is so much better for Team Hlopaka. And they're showing it with every single play that they're making. So Team Daykwaza can still come back, but they need some wins. Second objective hasn't even been announced yet. There it is. Just imagine, we are 8 minutes in. The first keep is gone. 2 forts and a keep are destroyed on Haunted Mines at the 8-minute mark, even before that. So, yeah, massive, massive plays made by the red team. And now the big question is just simply how much further can they go? Can they bring this over the time? Is it going to be some comeback attempt? We had some insane comebacks. Group stage already. I'm just saying, Banana Age against Gia. If you want to see a spicy series, I can highly recommend that you're checking that one out on YouTube, because whew, that was some nice back and forth there. Now that the bottom level is open, Genji is just like roaming around, doesn't even go for any skulls. I'm not really interested. He's just checking if somebody else is there. This is the second objective, so now you should probably start doing something about it. Level 13 is available. That gives us also the virulent reaction for Stukov. They're trying for the kill here. Alright, starting to come in. And Rega is dead again. Rega is dead. Chromie is being chased. They're just absolutely swarming them. They're going full horde of them. One after another is being killed. That's the second 5-man team wipe they just executed. 2 times. 5-man eliminated. And the core is open, so they're going for it. But yeah, what a beautiful team play coordination for them. And they're deciding for the keep instead. I kind of like it. Death timers are insanely low. We're only 10 minutes in. So they wanted to go for core, and then they decided, yeah, this is not happening. So they do a little bit of damage on the core. Sorry, on the keep, and then they just back off. I really like it. Honestly, on the one hand, yes, they got a 5-man wipe, and they didn't do a lot with it. On the other hand, they tried to go for core, realized that it wouldn't work, made a decision to back off and just cut their, cut their wins there. Did a bit of damage on the keep and opened up the wall and left. I like it a lot. I really, really like the decision here. That was not an easy one. It's very, very tempting to just in for the keep, in for the core, make a play, but they just said, okay, guys, we're too quick with this. It's just too quick. We can't do this. They don't have... The death timers are just too low right now. If death timers would have been higher, they would have made a move for it. 26 stacks now. 26 golem stacks or skull stacks for the blue team. Red team is now that we're 11 minutes in, finally deciding, okay, it's time to also go for the objective. We still have at the bottom of the map Genji pushing this out, so he's just trying to be as much of a nuisance towards the opponent's team as he can. There's still Siege Giants playing around. They're catching also Rega at the top. I mean, poor Rega has been farmed time and time again here. It's a 2-level gap between the two teams with a 13 kill lead now on top of that for Team Hlopaka. And again, they got at least a few skulls. But I like that they played it safe. So yeah, good for them. Alright, anyways, we have them go for the rest of the skulls here too. And a big golem is really going to help Sylvanas. And since level 16 is so low, it doesn't seem like the blue team is really eager to engage into a fight here. I mean, Jojo comes down and just like says like, okay, I'm going to double check what's happening here. And she doesn't like it at all. Yeah, Lurking Arm is still in, but they're still coming through. Daykwaza says hello. Boss is already triggered. Daykwaza is actually eating a lot of damage, but they're also pushing them back. And here comes the big slap. Stukov, back, slapping them around. That man has an arm, it's amazing. Junkrat doesn't have any hit points. That's amazing for the red team, so he's dead. And that's another 5 versus 4, and they're doing what they're doing best in this game, they're just running away. Or they're trying to. Actually, what am I saying? They're not really good at it. Every time they're trying to run, they're all dying. Level 16 is ready, and Team Hlopaka, they're absolutely crushing this game. They're going through Team Daykwaza like hot butter through cheese, just crushing them wherever they stand. Every single team fight seems to be the same. They're just murdering them. So, real nice play here, and kudos. I mean, that is a pretty... That's a message. They're sending a message here. That's a statement. 18 kills to 2. That's a statement in game number 1, and it's one that the blue team does not like whatsoever. 74 Skull Golem against 26. And they are pushing through the bot lane, but the keep is standing. They're getting pumpkins. Sylvanas can now make the big plays and really help them here. But yes, this is going to hurt, and it's going to hurt a lot. This might end the game. 2-level lead, 3-level lead, basically. Basically a 3-level lead. Talent advantage, boss through the bot lane. They're looking powerful here. Absolutely powerful. And that golem, 13 minutes in, is hitting hard. Only the second one, but it's hitting hard enough. I see it. Then again, I'm not so sure about what happened there. Sylvanas hinting a little bit. So yeah, she's dead. Well, Junkrat, nice plays. Ah, but they get the counter kill. So yeah, still, keep is gone. Keep is already destroyed. And from here on, they go for core. Genji's also down though, so they might not be able to end the game here. Initially, I really thought that this is going to be the end of it. But with the 2 kills, the defenders have done a pretty solid job. Rega with the Self-Ancestral. Parnax also low. Boss still going for the core. The core is going to take damage. The question is simply, can they finish it off? And they're trying. Misha and Rex are attacking. Has a lot of damage. They should be able. Can they? The Golem's not that strong. Big damage still. Chromie, Stukov, they have no real damage deal anymore, but it's so low. I think they got it. 50%. 50% on the core. Another big hit for the golem. 30. Oh, Misha is dead. Rek'Sai is dead. Stukov is dead. 8%. They have it. They have it. There's the lead. There's the win. Team Hlopaka with a 1-0 in the best of 5 series here in Group A. GG and well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Dragonshire. So Team Hlopaka with a pretty big statement in the first game. I mean, big victory for them. Nicely done, and Team Daykwaza just didn't have an answer to that. So now that we're heading into our second map, into Dragonshire, can they respond? Because the red team is looking good. Looking really good. Might be a case of the blue team just being a little bit too tired, too sleepy, not having had their coffee yet. It's actually really... I could really need a coffee right now that I think about it. I'm like, coffee. Good idea. Yeah, maybe after this map. But yeah, anyways. So, with that, we now have good old Whitemane banned out. Lucio is banned. And what's the first pick? The 10 heroes that were played on the first map are not available any longer. Teams, again, could still go for bounties. And I have said this before. I said this actually in the first series that we had in this group, that I can totally see a team, for example, moving in a 2-0 lead and then deciding on the third map to play around the bounty. And in our first series was a bit wild, so there wasn't really a chance for them. But now that we're heading into our second series, there it's gonna get very interesting, because right now Hlopaka and Daykwaza, they both already attempted bounties in the past. So if one of them finds themselves in an advantageous position, I can absolutely see them try that. And I mean, currently again, it's Hlopaka that's in the lead, so always assuming that they're winning on the second map, I wouldn't put it past them to try bounties here. I could totally see that. So, Dragonshire. Dragonshire is also going to make it interesting in the sense, if this is going to like a 4th map or maybe even a 5th, a map that is always very likely to be picked if it's available, if it has been banned out by a team, is for example Battlefield of Eternity. And if Battlefield of Eternity appears later throughout all of it, it means that a lot of the heroes that normally excel there have already been played and are therefore not available. Hanzo. Just set one example. In this case, you're talking Chromie, you're talking Sylvanas, Greymane maybe. And then once of them are out, then we're starting to get towards Jimmy and a few others. And I mean, we've seen that already in the previous series between Banana H and Gia, so yeah. But time will tell. The loser of this series goes up against Team Gia, the winner goes up against Team Banana H. So that's the way that the group currently works. We have Greymane banned out, Hlopaka is banned too. And with Blaze and Nubarak, you already... That's a nice CC, by the way. It's a very quick jet propulsion, and Nubarak is also making a dive there. And then Brightwing comes in on top of it. Whereas on the side of the red team, you're still needing a support. And I mean, needing a top lane now. I mean, they know they're up against Blaze, so what are they picking for the top lane right now? Daykwaza is playing one of his best heroes here. His Urel was not successful enough in game number 1, and it's going to be Leoric. Up against Leoric, Anduin is the heal for them. And yeah, you could go for a Murder and engage with Light Bomb, but still, what else can they pull for heroes in order to make a move there? Would love to see... I mean, it's too early, but I would have loved to see something along the lines of like Alarak with in quick engage. And then Light Bomb on him with a deadly charge. That was fun. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get that. Lunara, Bambi, very early actually in the draft. And we have False Stat for Drakia. So they're playing around Bambi from Madara. That gives us the final pick. Again, Hirath playing with Genji in game number 1 worked extremely well for them. It was a massive nuisance for everyone here. And now he's obviously going to try and do something similar, I suppose. But what's it going to be? Hlopaka and his boys, they want the 2-0. They want to have the big lead in the best of 5. And of course, hopefully for them, go farther. And he goes Zagara. Alright, Dragonshire. Zagara is becoming more and more staple on this map. We're heading straight into game number 2, everybody. Team Hlopaka against Team Daykwaza. Game number 2. Gamer Boy on Brightwing for the blue team. We have Madara on Lunara. Dark Reader on Falstad, Daykwaza on Blaze. We got Makotzel on Anubarak. And on the right side, the team in the lead, Team Hlopaka. The captain on Hanzo, Panax on Muradin, we got Hunter-Org on Anduin, Miriala on Zagara, and Hireth is playing Leoric. So, can they win the second map as well? They look fantastic in game number 1. Absolutely no doubt about it. So yeah, they looked absolutely great here. Can they do it again or not? That's the question. And I guess we'll see. I'm personally very curious if they are once again dominant here. Because if they are, I mean, that would be quite the play. But already the attacks are coming down here at the bottom. Yeah, as they're starting to go into the mid lane for a little bit of a brawl. And specifically, Zagara needs to be a bit careful. Yeah, needs to be super, super careful on this one. And we'll see how much they can actually do with all of this. I mean, Zagara obviously is a bit of a squishy, so if you have any hero that can jump on her very quickly, then it's usually lights out for her. And Falstad would fit that bill if a Nubarak dives in from the side and then maybe a follow-up from Blaze with the jet propulsion. All of these things could work out very nicely for them. The question is just simply, can they pull those off, yes or no? But we'll see. I mean, for now, honestly, we're also having at the same time it's like the roaming around from our little death squad over here with Nubarak leading the charge. We're seeing with Muradin also somebody that can go a little bit deeper because Anduin is usually behind him now. So if Muradin jumps in, moves in with a stun and then finds himself a bit too far out, Anduin, if he's close by, can usually help. That allows... It's the same when you're playing Diablo or whatnot. Anduin normally is in a really nice spot where he can do his thing. And yeah, just allows the tank and everybody else to go a little bit more aggressive than they usually would be able to. So, with that said and done, I mean, for now, Lunara, she's going to control the bot lane a bit and is going up against Zagaria. This could be it. This is a Dragon Knight. That gets interrupted once, alright. And there it is. Okay, one interrupt and then we get a DK. I mean, to be fair, early game DKs, when they're this early, usually don't do a lot. But you can still do some damage. You can still do a little bit here. And I don't think they like that too much. They were interrupting once, they came in with Anduin to try and interrupt twice, and it didn't really work out the way that they wanted. So, kinda unfortunate for them. And we'll see how much they can now do. But that was a little bit of a setback that they have to now play through. And a very annoying one at that. So yeah, rather unfortunate to tell you the truth. But okay, personally a bit curious on how this is going to bode for the rest of the game now. Because yeah, the attack is definitely in. First kick against Zagara. Dragon Knight again hasn't really done all that much. We haven't even seen a single kill just yet. Level 4 talents kicked in. So, yeah, as expected, couldn't do too much. Can burn some of these towers down, for example. Force the opponent to properly defend here. Nice save! Hlopaka actually made it. Good for him. Okay. That was a pretty important save. You don't want to lose him here. And that's obviously one of the biggest tools also against the Dragon Knight when you have Hanzo. You can definitely do a lot of work from a distance there. Lunara too. So, 2 range damage with Hydras later, even better. But still not a single kill. Everybody just roaming around and looking for kill opportunities. And camps. So another camp being claimed right there on the left side by Daykwaza. As at the top we have a bit of a push. But the game has definitely slowed down a bit. Specifically when you compare it to what we saw, let's say, in game number 1. Which was from the beginning pretty aggressive. So, yeah. But yeah, either way. As it stands right now, we have level 7 in. Teams are looking for the first kill. Everybody is roaming the map, trying to set up some traps in those bushes where they can then move in and collapse onto a target, get that quick isolation, gank kill that they want. And Zagara is the first one to fall. Yeah, Bambi, Lunara goes down to the bottom of the map and takes her down. So one bug was already squashed there. Nice. First blood for them. Top side though, seems like Nubarak gets the heal from Brightwing. So he could have been in trouble too. Blaze jumps out with the jet propulsion as Muradin hops away. And the shrines are popping up once again. This is kind of the moment where they have to focus on those shrines a little bit more aggressively. So right now they have to really make sure that they're not falling apart again. Because that backfired early. Panax gets attacked. So yeah, now some shrine control would be fairly nice. Second objective might not be the strongest one in the game just yet, but it's definitely doing a lot more work than the first one. So, yeah, you would lose a bit more than only a tower. Very close game still. I mean, Zagara still with some vision down at the bottom of the map, not too much just yet, but she's still hoping, of course, to control this as best as she can. And will have to move back if anybody really contests that shrine, but at least she can slow things down here a little bit, so that's already neat. But Madara just has a damage output that Zagara can't match at this point. And the survivability is just simply not there. That's why we now have the rotation coming over. Alright, maybe a move now. And how far can they go with this? Are we trying to go for another quick attack here? Yeah. Those little flank attempts are always neat, but it didn't really do for anything, at least in this case. So, not able to get that dive kill. And level 10 abilities are now kicking in very, very quickly. So once that you have level 10 available, then of course the real party starts, because once the heroic abilities are getting synced, it is a party time. So, Cocoon is out, party's already starting. Level 10, and immediately they're trying to force the fight. Obviously, as quickly as possible, because the red team hasn't achieved heroic abilities yet, so you're trying to use that advantage as fast as you can. But, yeah, they have control over the top shrine already. Leo might be able to do something here, but Falstad has already moved into the middle. And this looks like a second Dragonite to me. And, yep, it is. So, Falstad gets it. Arrow, ooh, yeah, straight up to Canada. This one is definitely gonna make the Canadians mad. I'm just kidding, the Canadians don't get mad. Right, so. But, yeah. 2 Dragonites in a row. I think it's fair to say that the strategy is not really working out so far for Team Hlopaka. What talking about Hlopaka? What was that? That scatter arrow was not that was not on point. Okay. But yeah, off we go. They're trying to go for Bambi and try and take her down. Muradin jumps in. He needs a Skullcracker connect on one of these, or at least a Stormbolt. And well, this time he got one, and Nubarak is dead. There we go. Some signs of life as the Dragonite still wreaks havoc in the middle of the map. Leo is defending quite nicely. But all in all, it is the blue team that calls the shots. And the mid lane fort is not the only one that has been attacked and taken damage. The one in the top is just the same. So, yeah.
That beast is not my beloved.
Yeah, with level 10, I mean, we got more once again. We got also... Muradin can jump in with a light bomb and try and get the engage there. Seen that before with big impact. So another potential play for them to make. Down here, Drag here. Okay, he's still also totally fine on this. Starting to come together for that. Yeah. Nice! I don't think it would have made a difference if the arrow connected or not. But we're having Hlopaka YOLOing out quite a few arrows here. I mean, damn, he acts like those are free. Madara had his number though. And again, he's playing with a bit of a ping disadvantage, so he was anticipating that and he was ready for it. But I think even if he gets hit, he's going to be fine. Still, really nice reaction from him. Making sure that he survives through that. A little bit more poke and a few more attacks now coming. And let's see. How much further can they go on this? Here comes level 13. A little bit ahead still. It's a very tame game. 8 minutes in, only 2 kills. You can really tell that the teams are a bit more cautious in how they're playing this. The 2 Dragonites, though, don't bode well for the red team. Now, to be fair, this all happened before level 10 was really a thing. So now that it is, it might change. But Leo gets killed at the top, and that enables a very powerful push towards the top side fort. So this one is likely going to get destroyed now. Down here, can they go for Bambi? Good heal for... Oh, triple Moho, let's go! Let's go, boys! And there it is. Bambi is down. Dracula gusted them into the play even. Oh, the arrow connects! He wants the kill, and they get it too! Team Hlopaka just exploded! Damn, son! Look at that! That was huge! Look at this, the maw is epic, then the gust into it. Muradin was already on the jump, that's why he still hit the point. And that was just too damn good. Immediately 2 kills, and then Falstad gets killed shortly after. So yeah, that was insanely well done. Kudos to them. Now a bit more damage down at the bottom of the map, as they're still doing some work around that fort. But yeah, I really like the way that they are playing this currently. That was pretty neat. That was exactly the kind of comeback that they needed to start executing. because Daykwaza's team started to call the shots here, and especially the objective was continuously controlled by them. So now a bit of a move back into the game that they can try to use to establish some presence here. So yeah, let's see if that works out for them. They're already starting to make their moves. Top side, bot side, that's where they control the shrine. Top is of course always going to be difficult now since they don't have a fort and a fountain anymore. So they are focusing on the bottom, and they also want the bottom fort. They want to take this down as quickly as possible. Again, the engage, light bomb, right wing to the rescue, for now at least. Cocoon is also out. Yeah, so they're playing it around with Cocoon. Try and make the next play there. And another triple more with Falstead gusting and quickly realizing that they're kind of alone. Yeah, but Leoric still activating a straight. He just wants to act like an observer ward. That's all that he's doing. A mobile one at that. So yeah, that's clearly OP. So now again the attempt for Nubrak as they're forcing them back. Falstead is in the middle of the map. Level 16. They have the talent advantage once again. This has been a theme throughout the game. But they're just a little bit ahead on that. Muradin, yeah, careful. Very careful here, but he is able to get out. Wolves are basically unavailable at this point, outside of them running the thingy, running in tomb. But anything else? Not so much. Blue team, when it comes to map control, is just doing a little bit better here. They're currently doing a pretty neat job on that. 16 talents are finally available also for the red team, so now they can fight on an even playing field. Light bomb is in. Arrow, yeah, both got YOLO'd out to save Muradin. He tried to jump away, and then Andrew is like, nope, you're staying here. No. So, bunker up, but everybody is still alive. It's getting a little bit chaotic. Topside fort has fallen. The one in the middle of the map is about to fall as well. It would be the second one that they're sacrificing here. But the game is getting a little bit chaotic, for sure. On the damage numbers, just to give you guys a bit of an idea of where we're headed, we have 52,000 for Hanzo, so yeah, he's definitely playing the numbers. But Bambi's at 40k, it's not too bad either. But he's definitely still ahead. And Leoki is dying for the third time. So Hlopaka is activating his trade. He isn't really dying, he's just activating his trade. He's getting value. Wait, she just what? Did Miriala just maul the camp? Did somebody just fat finger their ult? Or was there a hero and a hero that escaped that I didn't catch? I'm a little bit confused. I'm like, I just saw a Maw disappear on the siege giant, and I'm like, oh. So unless Falstad or Nubarok were there and were just barely escaping, that was a bit of an odd one. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and I say that there was either Brightwing, a Nubarok, or Falstad that they were trying to catch, and the hero escaped last second before the Maw connected. Definitely not a fat finger to Maw the siege giants. There is a Cocoon against Muradin though, but Falstad gets Hanzo'd. Hanzo then gets Lunara'd, and Anduin is on the run. That's where he excels. And gets killed too. Bambi is putting some work in today, look at her. Yeah, Madara is crushing it, good for him. Yeah, the NA import is doing very well. Okay. Yeah, the NA import with some sick value. So, nicely done. Big value from them. And it's time to party. So, much more. Leo at the top at least is able to get the shrine for them. It feels like they have a subscription on the Dragon Knight. That's kind of what it feels like. The team in blue just gets one after another. In this case, they haven't grabbed the third yet, but they're still doing tons of work over here. And yeah. So now down at the bottom of the map, next attack is also coming in. They're going for Zagara again, or at least they're trying to. This is the final one that they still have. Every other fort has already been destroyed, so they're only holding this one. They need to reclaim the position here, and they're doing it just in time. Yep, Leo is willing to sacrifice himself if he has to in order to interrupt the Dragon Knight, because Falstad claimed the shrine at the top in time for them to potentially get it. So yep, didn't quite work out, but there it is. The chance to maybe bring this back. It's kind of wild though. We have 11 kills in this game. Doesn't really feel like it. We're 14 minutes in. We're on level 19. And yeah, it's still a lot of back and forth action between the teams here. But it's a really interesting game. I mean, super close. On the objective, on the structure side, Daykwaza's team is clearly in the lead, but it just doesn't feel... I mean, it always feels like any moment the game could flip. It's probably the best way to put it. It feels like any moment now the game could just flip on a dime. One fight is all that's needed, and that was already proven earlier by Hlopaka's team as they won one of those team fights big with a great maw from Miriale, and yeah, Zagara just excelled, set it up for them. They're still trailing in experience though, that hasn't changed, and by now it's half a level, so that level 20 advantage is kind of solid. Galloping Gates, we also have Nuburak popping his ult in, going for rewind here, so more stuns, more CC in fights. They want the Dragonite. Red team is trying to get level 20 very quickly so that they can counteract that. They want to interrupt this as best as they can. But so far, hasn't happened. There's the kill attempt, and Anduin is dead. Anduin should never be in the middle of a fight. Yeah, he shouldn't be there. Well, he is useless in a fight. Absolutely useless. So, he's a little bit like a third nipple. Hlopaka is also completely lost here. It's like, boys, I can't go anywhere. I'm dead. I tried, I wanted to run away, I did my best, but yeah, 2 kills. Gas is being used there too, and the bottom fort falls. This is the final one that they were holding. Top side now, we're having another push. I mean, this camp might actually do a little bit of work, but the blue team is in game number 2 looking clearly better than they did on the first map. This is way more down the alley, as you can tell. They're only 3 kills ahead. It's not a massive leading experience, but it's something that really matters. And they always had the advantage on talents and made it work. They made it matter. And yeah, this is a keep. This is just a keep. There's siege giants coming in, and that's that. I don't think they can necessarily go... Well, they actually can go for the core. They got enough here. And Leo is not back for 36 seconds, so this is looking very much like game. Yeah, I think we're tying up another series. We're gonna go for another tie, 1-1, as Team Daykwaza has found back into the best of 5. Trying to end it here. Arrow is out, 40% on the core, Gust is being used, and they have it. They just have it. That's it. They take Dragonshire, nicely done. Team Daykwaza with a victory on the second map as we are headed for game number 3. Game number 3, Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. So, not so sure if we're going to get a lot of bounties on this one. Maybe if we're going to game number 5. But let's face it, we are in a pretty close series, it seems. Game number 1, Daykwaza, were they asleep? Did they give themselves a handicap and let Daykwaza's little sister take over? Or play with the hand tied behind their back? We'll never find out. But it didn't really work for them. They were absolutely crushed there. Now we're heading into game number 3 though, because on the second map the blue team looked a lot better. So yeah, that was pretty nice. Now on the third map, 20 heroes unavailable. They were already played. You could still go for bounties, but of course you don't want to drop out of the group stage. I think after Banshee Cup number 1, a couple of the teams have really also taken a lesson from the Bathrobe boys, or the Bratwurst boys, depending on how you want to look at them, being eliminated in the group stage, because that was a shock to a lot of them. To absolutely a lot of them. And everybody is like, I'm not sure if it's really worth it risking it here, because, yeah, that could become a massive problem. So now that we're heading into that, we have Diablo Band out as well. Tomb, obviously a map where you want wave clear, right? So mages are always something that you could see here, and I suppose that we're going to get some, like for example Gul'dan would be a really nice pick for the map. On the mage front at least. Then you could go Medivh here too. I mean, I'm not quite sure who would play Medivh for the teams, but there's definitely another hero that would be quite nice to use if you can make those moves. So yeah, time will tell of what they can pull off here, but for now Hogger gets banned. Yep, Diablo's already out, and that leads us to our first pick. So, time to party. Who's it gonna be? What are we getting here for Tomb? Okay, they go Lucio. We're gonna go into our support first. Lucio is our quick pick. It's nice that you can just like move between the lanes so much faster and then really, you know, just like try and jump onto a target. And he kind of also screws the rotations a little bit up. Usually when your team tells you, hey, like they're just disappearing, careful, you think you have like a bit of time, and then all of a sudden, you know, Lucio speeds up the rotation, you get caught off guard, you get flanked, get taken out. And we have Stitches, just as I'm talking about Lucio and Mephisto. Now, I'm just saying, Alexstrasza, Tomb of the Spider Queen, lots of globes, talons, there's something. There's a couple of things here. So, let's see if we're gonna get something neat and an attempt at maybe a bounty after all. Yeah, on top of that, Vala and Mal'Ganis. Question, obviously, immediately when you see Vala is right away, are we going to get double support? Yes, no. Is she going to play auto attack? Are we going to see instead some kind of arrow build, which could still be played? Tomb, maybe not necessarily the best map for it, but if you have a lot of fights that center around the turning points, then still worth it. But arrow auto attack style is obviously quite neat. You have to also account for Stitches a little bit. Medivh still comes to mind again. They're banning out Chen, but a Medivh pick wouldn't be that shabby for Team Hlopaka either, because then you have like another pseudo support for Vala. You get the shield, you get the portal, and you can really counterplay Stitches also with either a shield or a portal that you set up, and even a ley line whenever he gets a hook and a gorge. So, yeah. Lots of plays that you can technically do with that. If they are gonna go into any of it, different story, but let's see. They ban Malfurion. Now, the idea behind the Malfurion ban is obviously that when Stitches gets his hook and you have the root of Malfurion ready, you can always stun the target out. Another hero that works with is Tyrande. You can use Tyrande stun and Stitches hook. You can also like do it with a couple other heroes, Uther for example, but those are like the big ones. Hlopaka for the side lane play. And what's the next one? They go for Ana. Okay, so the nano boosted Mephisto is going to be a thing. At least that's what they're hoping for. So they want to nano boost Mephisto. They want to boost his damage even further beyond how ridiculous it already can be in the first place. And then we have Drachia coming in as the final pick. So some mages are already ready. The question is Vala now, for example, gonna be accompanied by another damage dealer? Is Gul'dan being picked? Is Kel'Thas being picked? Any kind of mage? There's Medivh! Kinda called it. So she's gonna go auto attack, and Medivh is gonna try to save her all day, every day. That's the play. Alright. So, Drachia. How is he gonna react to that? They got Stitches, they got Hlopaka. Ana is pretty neat there. Are they gonna go for another melee? Do they try to add some more stuns to that? How do they deal with Vala now too? Outside of her getting hit by a hook. Yeah. There you go, Cassia. Mephisto Cassia, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 3 of the best of 5 series. Which team is going to take the lead? Let's find out. Third game in the best of 5 series. The score is tied between the two teams. And on the left in blue, we have Daykwaza for his team playing Dehaka. Gamerboy on Ana. We got Madara on Mephisto, so he's going to receive the nano boost later on. Makotzel on Stitches, going on level 1 into the patchwork creation. Boo! Boo! No Hungry for More. We got Drachia on Cassia. And over to the right side of the map, Team Hlopaka with Hirath on Sonya, Hunter Orc on Lucio, Panax on Mal'Ganis. We got Hlopaka himself on Medivh. And as expected, Creed of the Hunter as a level 1 talent on Vala. So all about the auto attacks. So, let's go. It's kind of funny to me still. Every single time that I see Creed of the Hunter, I have to be... I'm reminded of the days when Creed of the Hunter was just this absolute shit trash tier talent that was a total noob trap and lost essentially every single game where it was played on a higher level. Yeah, it was such an abysmal talent. It was a trap and nothing else. And then they finally fixed it. And we've been actually talking about this for a long time, how you could fix this, and apparently they listened, because one of the suggestions was actually taken, and now the talent is not only viable, but it is one of the go-to builds for Vala, one of the most popular ones. always, of course, when you have the team for it, when you have those extra supports or that front line that really saves you there. And you, of course, also need the Vala player that is able to make that work, but at least in this case we can assume that's a given. So yeah, hooks are already coming out as the teams are both looking for the first hit. And off we go. Vala starting to join the fun too. I mean, it's a very target-rich environment here, so if you can get some additional auto attacks in, hey, by all means. As long as it's safe and fine, and she's already peppering the map with it. Sitting at 20 stacks. 10 stacks for Medivh, so not really too bad for Hlopaka either. He's usually a bit more on the aggressive side, as I already highlighted in the draft for the first game, so he needs to be careful that he doesn't overstep. I'm very eager to find out if he can complete his quest, because he likes to int a little bit. He likes to be aggressive, he likes to make some crazy moves, and this could be his demise if he's trying to complete the baseline. So if he can or cannot finish that, that's a question that we're going to answer as the game continues. For now, nobody has died yet. We're closing in on level 4. The teams are, of course, trying to get some additional stacks here together, and also a few more gems so that they can work towards the first turn-in. But we have level 4 kicking in, we get Death Dealer, so the build just continues. Hot Pursuit then on level 7 is going to follow, of course, inevitably. But at the bottom of the map, it's the blue team that starts to make the move for the first camp. So, yeah. And Ana now with also the debilitating dart right here. Siege Giants have already been taken. Medivh still trying to stack a little bit, so he's currently sitting on 21, is working against the Hlopaka at the top right now and making sure that he's at least getting some more isolated stacks against him. Push through the bot lane could result in maybe even a tower taken out, but the team is responding, and Lucio is also grouping them a bit farther forward so that they're in range of the actual towers. So that makes the defense a lot easier for them. Yeah, definitely good to go here now. So, how much further can they go with this? I mean, already a move with a nice setup against Daykwaza, but still alive and kicking. So everybody is still Gucci over there. The attacks are still coming as they're putting the cam towards the towers and starting to try and take that one out. Not much just yet. A little hit is coming here as they're getting finally Medivh, and there it is! This is exactly what I was talking about. The stacks are lost. Hlopaka, no! Yeah, Hlopaka gets killed. A little bit over eager here, and he gets punished for it. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate. I mean, again, man was trying. This is exactly the problem with it. This is exactly the problem right there. Now, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he is completing this quest at some point. But yeah, that was a bit of a setback, to say the least. So unlucky. Anyways, with the first kill, we also have a few gems that were already turned in. Not really a huge amount or anything, but they were able to deliver a couple. So yeah, Hook on level 7 now, after we had initially playtime. Now it's the Serrated Edge. And Hot Pursuit is now kicking in, so still very even despite that one kill that we saw, but it's really the loss of the stacks that hurts the most. That's always annoying. Good stacks on the other hand for Vala. So Miriala is doing well. That's already 2 of her level 1 stacks completed, so she's sitting at 100 hits. That's a pretty nice auto attack damage that she's able to throw out here. So pretty sweet. Hlopaka again playing a dangerous game. But Vala is responding in kind now, and whenever somebody moves out there, she's like, alright boys, I got this. So she's able to take down Cassia. That's the counter kill that they've been looking for a while now. They're a bit low, but they're able to get away, and they're working on the turn. So they're going to try and turn this one in. There's a bit of an interrupt happening, but Madara is going out pretty deep for it too with this copy. Yeah, Vala gets attacked again. Heals are still coming. 12 gems that she's trying to deliver, and is able to, thanks to Lucio putting the target away. So now we have 12 to 13 gems delivered, and Vala is just stacking it up. Girl's hitting hard, and Medivh is getting hit again. But Vala is at least getting these counter kills. Has a huge problem though, and that problem is Cassia. But Dracula is being put to sleep, and now even Vala decides that, yeah, I'm running out of hit points, I'm running out of mana. Essentially, I'm only running, so how about we just head back quickly and recharge and then go back into the battle. And that's exactly what we're seeing. So, yeah, nicely done. I mean, again, this is exactly what you want from your Vala player. Good stacks, hasn't died yet. Could, of course, still happen. That's 38 gems! Alright, Anna is recovering pretty much everything, but that was a big kill against Hlopaka. And now it's Anna that they have to pay attention to. And Anna, she's not going to be comfortable holding this many gems here. So, yeah, that is a thing. Anna is going to be in a bit of a tough one. Now, the first Web Weaver wave is coming through, and it comes at the courtesy of the team in red. Yeah, Anna already working this a little bit. Should probably wait for either Lucio or Medivh to... Okay, Medivh is over there. I was just about to say, it is a bit of a risk that they're taking, but they also want the experience because they're so close to level 10 that they can get their heroic abilities right now and get themselves an even bigger lead. Medivh is starting for the third time now at 0. There's Leap, aggressive. Leyline into Leap, apparently. That's a nice thing. Can maybe make something happen with that. So yeah, Leyline into Leap as a potential play, I guess. So they can do that. And yeah, let's see if we're gonna get a bit more out of this. Already the next play is being made right here. Sweet move. And it's Anna that dies with all the gems she's been holding. Stitches picks them up, gets targeted immediately and goes down. And this time the gems are lost. Yep. That's exactly what the red team was looking for. Team Hlopaka with massive plays. Not only did they get a fort with the first Web Weaver wave, but on top of that, they just took out all of the gems, or not all, but a lot of the gems that were held. And now they're killing Cassia, who was holding another 10. I think that's 40, 45 gems that they just denied to the opponent. I mean, that is sexy. That is insane value. And look at this. Portals behind them. Straight into a lick. Granted, but they want Madara, and they're going to get Madara. And Vala is at 150 stacks, essentially. That's 3 of her quest rewards completed. They're absolutely murdering it. Mirial is dancing around them with the help of Medivh. With the help of Medivh and with the help of Lucio, like there's no tomorrow. Now they take the second fort out, and they go for boss. And guys, this is all happening on the back of just one objective. It's only the first objective. This is the only thing we're talking about. Objective number 1. That's it. And they are getting mad value out of it. I mean, holy hell. This is... I mean, for them, this is awesome. This is really awesome. So, they're dominating from at start to finish here. I mean, not finish yet, but if it continues anywhere like this, it's not gonna last long. 9 kills to 2, and another set of Web Weavers. So they have Web Weavers and they have the boss. So they're timing both of them. They time both of them properly as they're starting to attack the first keep of the game, and that's gonna be the top side. So yeah, big moves. Vala, looking at damage, she's at 31,000. Cassia 7k behind. It's not too big. I mean, this is a decent gap. But Vala doesn't even have level 16 yet. Even if she dies now once, who cares? Like, she has so many stacks already. She could even suffer a death in its time. But once that she picks up her level 16, once that she picks up Manticore, whew, good luck for Stitches and Hlopaka. Big Leyline, the Leyline flank into a leap! What the fuck was that?
Holy shit.
What? I think they just ended the game. Look at this. What on earth just happened there? The Leyline flank, leap into it, triple.
Holy shit.
What a play. Team Hlopaka. Look at this 10-minute game. They're going for a 10-minute game. It's a speedrun. Absolute speedrun. 2-1 lead in the best of 5 for the red team. Beautiful finish. Nicely done. GG. Well played. Gun of Terror, game number 4. So, match point. Match point for Team Hlopaka. They went for a massive speed run on Tune the Spider Queen. I mean, damn, that last play, so damn good. Absolutely beautiful. Loved it. Absolutely loved what they did there. And yeah, we're actually going to check that out again. Have a look at that. It was so awesome. I mean, sexy as hell. That leap after the Leyline flank and then just destroying everybody there. Following it up with a 4th kill and just ending the game. So, perfect play. And it was beautiful. Work of art. So now we're heading into their first match point, and let's see what's being played right now. Gotta be honest, I don't think that we're gonna get any bounties in this series, not from the way that the series is being played out, but here's a quick reminder, again, if you want to take a look at the bounty board, again, $1,000 in the bounty pool. The more bounties you complete, the bigger the share is that you get at the end of the season. Right now, I believe it's 7 bounties that we have completed. And Ultralist's team, if I'm not mistaken, has actually claimed 3. So they would currently get the biggest chunk out of the bounty pool, but there's still plenty games to be played out. So we could see more as this all continues, either in the group stage or then towards the finals. But yeah, teams that already gave themselves a couple of bounties during the round robin, obviously always pretty good. Just talked about it too. Dracula, every single time that I see him on a team, I'm reminded because like Dracula lives in Valencia as well. And at some point I was talking about burgers on stream and he sent me a message, a private message. He's like, dude, I'm going to send you like a link to a burger place. You go there, you get the cheeseburger and you can thank me later. And I went there and I got the cheeseburger and I thanked him later. Because, damn, one of the best... Valencia has amazing burgers. They also have like a little bit of a burger festival every year where they have like a stadium or some other festival area where a lot of the restaurants that sell burgers here have a little stand and they crown the best burger of the year. And then you have like the title, the best burger of 2024, 2023, whatever it is. And so they have judges and everything. And as a result, you have some amazing burgers here. And that particular cheeseburger is ridiculously good. And they come literally to your place with like a Bunsen burner, a little flamethrower style, and they just like melt the cheese right in front of you. And that burger is so unbelievably amazing. So when I see that guy now in the lobby, every time I have to think about that cheeseburger and that I need to go back there and grab it again. But yeah, Valencia for burgers is surprisingly good. You would always think that like US is like the go-to, but a lot of the burgers that are in the US were good, but also a bit generic. Whereas here, they're getting really creative with this. I'm not, again, before anybody gets offended here, I'm not trying to say like US burgers are bad. I'm just saying I was surprised how good they are in Spain, because it's not really something that I associated with the country. So, yeah. And they like to experiment a bit. Again, burger with like meat and a bit of a spicy sauce and mango. Surprised the hell out of me. I read it and I was just like, ugh, really? And I was like, alright, I'm game. I experiment today, I'll try it. And that flavor combo actually was very, very good. Not something I want to eat every day, but it was pretty nice. So we get ETC, we get Greymane, the ban against Cho'Gall again, and you know why? Because Team Hlopaka played Cho'Gall several times, even after they completed the bounty. They still love that. So now we have Diablo, we got Malthael, we got Sergeant Hammer. I mean, it's a beefy team on the side of Daykwaza. And Tyrande, we're going old school. ETC side lane, power slide into Tyrande, then bam, the bullet from Greymane, and boom, there's your kill. Whereas Major stands around everyone. God of Terror, I honestly expected a few more globals, pseudo-globals, like something to be busted out here. Hogger has obviously been banned because he's just so good at getting camps and also taking the lanes out. So, Auriel and Gul'dan, our final picks now for them. They need to win here. If Team Daykwaza doesn't win, they're gonna drop down into the losers match of the group. And again, you can lose only once. You lose twice, you're out of the group. You win twice, you're also out of the group, but you advance to the finals. You're not eliminated. So slightly different. So, God of Terror, final pick. Miriala, after a great performance on Vala, what's it going to be for the 4th map? We have Li Ming, they're looking for resets. Greymane, Li Ming, the combo to blow targets to high heaven. And yeah, we're heading straight into God of Terror. Let's go.
Battle begins shortly, hero.
Game number 4, match point number 1. Over on the left, we got Daykwaza playing Malthael, Gamer Boy, and Auriel. The last chance, pretty much. They need to win this one. They need to win 2 in a row, actually, if they want to go to the next round. If they want to go to the winner's match, they still have a chance if they lose here, but it's going to make their way a lot harder. So Madara and Gul'dan with a Fell Flame build. We got Makotzel on Diablo, Dracula on Sergeant Hammer. And then on the right side, Team Hlopaka. The captain on Greymane, Panax on Mei, Hunter Orc with Tyrande. We get Hireth on ETC. And Miriale is playing Li Ming. So, slide into stun from Tyrande. I kind of like, by the way, that they play ETC in the side lane now. Gives them a pseudo-global with stage dive, always assuming they're going to make that choice. Stands to reason, honestly, given the facts on how they're currently playing this year. But yeah, let's see. Also, next attack, very quickly coming in now. They're going to try and make a few more plays for that. So yeah, let's get this party started. Let's make a bit of a move and get the first kill. And there it is. It's a double even. So they're able to take down Gul'dan and Oriel. Nice. So that gives them an easy double kill right here. And then the question, of course, is can they follow up on this? If you have Greymane, for example, and you can go onto any kind of lane and get some damage done, even better. Just like move in and take a couple of those towers down, get Greymane into Worgen form, and then just whack away with one auto attack after another. So that's definitely one of the best plays that you can try and execute there. Besides that, it's party time at the top because they're going for the next kill. Khaldor was trying to, but no dice. Not able to do anything just now. I like the roaming squads. Honestly, these comps are always kind of fun because from the beginning you already know it's going to be an aggressive game just simply because one team decided that they want to stack those stuns and then make sure that they're getting early game kills. So now they're invading camps, they're trying to play through that. Obviously, it sometimes backfires, like in this case where Greymane gets killed, but they took the Siege Giants. So they stole the camp away from the opponent. They were able to claim at least that. 2 kills to 1, so the kill count is still in their favor. So not really, not necessarily a bad trade of what they just did there. Still something where they can do a little bit more. Another camp is about to be taken. This time they have Sergeant Hammer here too. Problem with Hammer in the early game, of course, is that she simply doesn't have the mobility. So that's another issue. But yeah, they get this one. So level 4 kicks in. That gives us the repeated offense. Oh yeah, with me, baby. And at the top, well, we get Greymane in the same situation. Oh, the heroes. What you want to have on this map is not only wave clear, it's all about like camp clear. And Greymane is great with this. We still have Tirana together with him, and now ETC joins up again so they can get another slide and connect. And yep, they want it right there. And they want the camp. Stun, 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 stun. Greymane wants to get close. They go for dibbles. They take the camp. Even if they can't get a kill, that's already a W right there. There's a lot of push coming down at the bottom of the map. Sergeant Hammer has sieged up and is trying to get structural damage in, and they do. But there's a double camp play now made at the top lane. First with the Bruiser camp, and then the Siege Giants have to be cleaned up too. Diablo is helping with that, pushing them into tower range on the left, as you saw on the minimap. But this is still value for them, so they're still taking some of this out. So, yeah, not bad. I like the playstyle. Team Hlopaka has a very fun playstyle to watch. It's kind of enjoyable. I honestly like it too from Team Daykwaza, and I like that they're willing to bust out some bounty ideas. I mean, they try to play Nova and some other things, so it's pretty cool to see that. You know, to get conservative in those, but there's a lot on line right here, so yeah, not willing to experiment just too much just yet. But as this all continues, plays are being made here. They're coming straight in for the Siege Giants and take them quickly. So camp after camp gets taken. ETC at the top, still body blocking for Gul'dan. Has a slide out here, but is maybe overstaying his welcome a bit too much. Gets the heal from Tyrande and survives through it. Yeah, and Marcel, did he go too deep? Dodges out on the stun. Nicely done by Daykwaza. Good eye for sure, because that could have been his end. That could have definitely been the end of Daykwaza. If he stays there just a second too long, then he is toast. If he just blindly moves back, then this is the end of him for now. But we are staying with the 3 kills that we got so far. Well, we're gonna get a 4th. Madara is about to die. No way. Okay, thank you. They lose ETC too, so it's a kill for a kill. But that would be a bit ridiculous if he would have somehow survived this. Still, getting the counter kill is obviously neat, but that leaves Diablo very much alone at the top, and you can already tell he can't do too much here. He can push maybe Greymane around a little bit, but at the end of the day, they're still doing damage to the fort. It's not an insane amount. But with Tyrande just healing Greymane whenever he eats any damage, they're totally fine here. So, first seed is up at the bottom of the map now. So you gotta play around the seeds a little bit. So that's basically the next one here. And it's exactly what they're doing. But yeah, this is kind of nice. It's a nice back and forth that we're getting from the teams here right now with like at the top lane, a lot of aggression coming from Greymane. They're trying to counter it. At the bottom it's Sergeant Hammer that does the work. So they're not trying to fight against Sergeant Hammer. They're trying to just simply open up a lane themselves at the top where they can dish out damage and then counter it that way. And it's so far working pretty nicely, honestly. I mean, it's both teams have aggression, both teams have some pressure. First seed is now taken by the red team at the 5-minute mark. But the real difference is that Team Daykwaza is just way ahead in experience. They are nearly on level 10, so they're leading by nearly a level. I mean, it's nearly a level that they have there. And with level 10 kicking in, that's big. And as I say, by the way, they closed the gap very heavily by picking up some of the minion waves that were still there. So yeah, it's half a level by now, and that's way more realistic to deal with. Liming, of course, still playing against Sergeant Hammer down at the bottom of the map. Hasn't adjusted the build to anything crazy, but look how quickly they're trying to engage here. Yeah, Liming moving away from Madara, who came in with a flank. They are getting nothing here. Nothing. If level 10 kicks in for Team Hlopaka now, there's a problem. Team Daykwaza can be so happy that they don't have level 10 yet. Even with that, it seems like Diablo's gonna fall. Markotzel is dead. There's level 10. It wasn't there quickly enough. There's the wall, but damn, this could have been bad. It's bad enough. I mean, they're losing 2. ETC came on with a stage dive. So he gets another one. These guys are nuts. 3 kills. Team Daykwaza engaged with level 10 abilities, didn't kill anybody, and then Team Hlopaka got a triple kill. That was wild. Yes, they lose Liming then towards the end, but still. That was already more than half the battle. Very, very impressive here. Damn. That was good. That was really, really good. I liked that a lot. 6 kills to 3. Now they're even in XP. Tops. Ooh, okay, so yeah, Heroes gets out. May was already ready to assist him. But yeah, very, very cool plays that we're now getting from them. So, job well done here, for sure. So, yeah, let's see how far they can go. This is exactly the kind of play that you want to see in a situation like this. Aggressive plays, on point, good team coordination. Daykwaza, they have to, yeah, they gotta be careful now. Because they had a big opportunity there. But the dynamic is also now changing with level 10. Seed on each side has now claimed. So each team has one. And yeah, let's see if we can do a little bit more down here. Another power slide coming in as ETC moves through. But not much more that it can do, at least for now. It's an interesting game. I mean, there's a lot on the line right now. But the entire series has been actually pretty nice. Like, there's stage dive again. Okay. Trying to slide out. Gets caught by Diablo for a second. There's the slide again. And, well, that could be the end of Diablo. The Wall and Aegis. Nice counter moves from both teams now. Madara also with his Horrify that he used just before Diablo died. But Greymane is still up at the top together with Tyrande. And they are pushing for the fort, and they're very likely going to be able to take this one on. Yeah, this fort is losing hit points as we speak. There's nobody coming in to help out with it. So, yeah, that is likely going to be the end of that. They're taking down Malthael, they're taking down Gul'dan. Boy, oh boy, are they now doing work here. Very, very nice. 8 kills to 3. They're definitely gaining momentum. Level 13 talents are available on both sides. But those are some big plays that we're currently seeing from Team Hlopaka. And for Team Daykwaza, it makes things very tricky. Because they're starting to lose their grip on the game. They have 22,000 damage on Sergeant Hammer, but it just doesn't have the impact. And Greymane is just, again, whacking away at structures. They're moving into the middle after they just destroyed the fort at the top. And even if they can't destroy the entire thing, it's dropped massively low. So they can push again later. They're rotating Greymane already back out towards the objective as they are hoping to lock this one in quickly. Malthael is just now coming back. Can of course now interrupt quite a lot, but yeah, they're diving away from this. May at the front gets caught a little bit, still fine. Horrify gets used. Oh, that's the end of Tyrande. Yeah, good catch from Gul'dan. Good catch. BFG straight to the face. Not even a facelifting can heal that damage out. So Daykwaza gets the... does not get the channel. Wave of Force is being used for an interrupt. But they won't be able to interrupt this for long. This is going to eventually be claimed. They're gonna eventually grab this. Well, or are they? Because Malthael is now all of a sudden dead. Okay. Malthael gone, and Sergeant Hammer also gone. What is happening with Team Hlopaka here, guys? This is awesome. I love this. I absolutely love the way that they're playing this. Yes, it's aggressive. Yes, it's risky at times. But it's just so much fun. So, more and more big plays made. Now, Gul'dan is lost. Auriel is lost as they channel the next one. Li Ming is maybe a bit too deep and gets punished then towards the end, but totally worth it if you're getting that double kill. So they get 2 kills and then they lose Li Ming. Once more, a great trade for them. And yeah, that's all that they need here. I'm a bit worried for the blue team now. Recovering from this is not going to be easy. There's level 16 that's already available. So 16 talents are now in. We're having, on top of that, of course, that push towards the bottom now. The middle was already dropped real low, but they're trying to take another fort out here. And, yep, that's exactly what we're seeing. That fort will be destroyed. With the 16 talents, we're now also getting the Executioner, and we're having Mirror Ball for Li Ming. So, great job. Can Daykwaza fight back with this now? I mean, again, that Death Squad is doing so much work. Madara is again on the run. He had Horrify still up, so they didn't want to go too deep here. Continues with the Fell Flame build now in 16 and picks up the Rampant Hellfire. Diablo went for Domination. So now maybe a chance for him to bully some heroes again, at least if he gets the position to do it. But there's another seed, and this one is spawning on the right side of the map towards the red team, and they already have to. Yeah. Alright. Next attack is already happening right there. And they're trying to get the Garden Terrors. And if they get the Garden Terrors now on top of everything else, it's gonna be a big one. Siege Giants are already there. I don't think they're trying to go for the next camp here. But yeah. Now the chance to make a play right here. But the choke point is definitely going to be tricky when Li Ming is just getting one combo off after another. But she has to stay away from Diablo. It's going to be easy if she connects those hits. He's fully stacked, by the way. But look how much damage Makotzel is taking. He's taking so much damage right now. Auriel has to heal that out, and that's not easy. But a good choke point control also for Malthael. They still have a fountain nearby. Camp at least gets claimed. So that's a pretty neat move from the blue team. They're able to take the camp here. But when it comes to the team fight, there's 2 camps actually. One at the bot lane. Oh, there's a BFG, but doesn't connect with anyone. Nice zone control from Team Daykwaza. I really like the way that they're controlling everything around the objective now. Oh, but Sergeant Hammer gets hammered. So does Greymane though. So, yeah, kill for a kill. ETC with another engage. Aegis, and he didn't slide. Slides a bit late, and that's the end of Auriel. Couldn't get a heal out. There's Malthael that gets destroyed. Really a lot of patience from ETC here. I love it. Irath, all the patience in the world. The coordination in these fights is glorious from them. I love every single second. Team Hlopaka is, for me personally, the surprise of the tournament. They really are. Diablo down, 5-man wipe. Everybody's dead. Now they can go for the Garden Terrors and can start to push through the lanes again. But that was just awesome. The way that they coordinate these battles is fantastic. 17 kills to 6. The blue team again in trouble. Makotzel is so far the only one on the map, and yeah, they gotta wait this out and they gotta be careful and see, okay, how are we gonna deal with this? What's gonna be our next move, and what can we even do here? Because now they have to defend their keeps. All of their forts are gone. ETC is dealing with the bottom of the map. His stage dive is back, so he can use it whenever he needs to. 55,000 damage from Li Ming by now. And they're trying to go through the middle here. Level 20 talents are also ready. Immediately stage dive. A bit unfortunate for Li Ming using her ult there to push them out. But they're trying to go for Diablo. And Greymane has gone Hunter's Blunderbuss. Diablo is dead. He has no soul stacks this time, so he's out. And they tried again with the stun. In this fight, at least, the coordination between Hunter, Orc, and Miriala was not really absolutely on point. But to be fair, the question is, could they have done more? They're already going for Sergeant Hammer here. ETC with another power slide forward, but the fort in the middle, the keep in the middle, is going to get destroyed. So this one is already down, and at the bottom of the map, they could potentially also start to collapse onto this one. Try and get another kill. Or fall back for now and just like take some more mercenary camps. Well, they can get that kill. On point. Bullseye play by Tyrande. She's crushing it. Tirana has only fallen once. I really like the way in this tournament that Tirana gets played. Normally here there's a huge liability, but in the tournament here we've seen some fantastic Tirana plays. Yep, last rights doesn't do anything. 21 kills to 6, and they won a second keep. And with Greymane, they should be able to grab it. 46,000 damage from Sergeant Hammer, 65,000 from Li Ming. Greymane is on 44k. Not a single last right stacks for Malthael throughout all of this. But it's, yeah, it's brutal. Another big jump. They want Sergeant Hammer again. This time Hammer gets away. Yeah, but the keep at the bottom is about to get destroyed. BFG misses. And even if they can't end the game here, 2 keeps gone. Only 1 remaining. While you still control 2 forts. Yeah, yeah. This is going to be tough. I don't envy the position of the blue team in the slightest. I mean, coming back from that is not going to be a cakewalk. And of course, there's still camps that can be now claimed because they're still not level 20 for Team Daykwaza. They still don't have level 20, so they still can't properly fight back on this. Which makes matters even worse. So yeah, that's pretty much the situation today. They need a bit of a miracle. They need a huge miracle if they want to have a chance to bring this back now. And I'm not so sure they can pull that one off. At least not easily, because right now they're in deep trouble and they need, I mean, again, they need a team fight where they can get multiple kills in. In an ideal world, they would get an objective together with it, but they are only sitting on 1 single seat, so they need 2. This would be a nice pickup for them. They have Demonic Circle this time. Apparently somebody is tired of dying, and look at this. They're only trying to interrupt a bit. There's the interrupt, and at the top they're going for the next keep. Yeah, and May is going to slow this down a little bit, but while they are going for the channel, the top keep is going to fall. Or is at least going to be close to it. Keep is already low, there's the attacks coming, and that is the final structure outside of the core that is now Gonzo. So it's eliminated. Catapults are going to crush every single lane from here on out. Every single lane. Team Daykwaza is at this point frantically looking for the surrender button and can't find it. So the only real choice that they have is they have to think about whether they want to type GG in caps or not. Those are the only big questions that they are currently debating. Camps are taken, seed is spawning. Maybe they can grab the seed and push these lanes out a little bit. But essentially, with all the lanes being pushed by catapults and us being at the 18-minute mark, all that Team Hlopaka has to do is not die. This is literally all they got to do. Not die and be present. If they can do that, this is theirs. So, yeah. Well, and here they die. Siege Giants and... Oh, there's another one. Okay, Oriel is gone. Catapults are nearly on the core. Catapults are on the core, by the way. And again, 18 minutes in. That shield is going to get smacked around a little bit. So, we now have Oriel gone. That's no healer. Greymane gone. The fight continues. Shield is slowly getting whittled down. More catapults are coming in, but Tyrande falls. Yeah, they want to prevent the objective from being taken. But again, you had one objective. It was not die and just like buy some time. Look at the minimap. Even if they get the objective, it's only going to give them some time. It's not even going to help them to destroy keeps, for example. So yeah, interrupts are still coming. Good attacks from Li Ming, getting them low to big hit by ETC. ETC! Malthael is dead. Diablo's about to die. Core gets attacked again. Shield is essentially gone. Diablo is down. More hits are coming. The shield is still there. But now they're going for the seed. And yeah, as time continues, as time passes, the catapults are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So the situation is not going to get any better for Team Daykwaza. It's only going to get worse. But they're fighting. They are really fighting. I mean, this is the final map if they lose. So they are doing what they can. Battle after battle. Just really trying. Red team lets the camp go. Good decision. They don't really need it. No reason to end on this one. Diablo desperately trying to engage. They're doing really what they can. You gotta give it to Team Daykwaza. They're battling for every single second, every single moment. They're trying whatever they can. They're getting a little bit desperate here. A lot of ult attempts that are missing because they need to force that fight and they know it. The red team only has to survive. And, well, they lose May, maybe, not quite, no. And here comes the pancake move from ETC as he flattens Khaldor. That's another kill. 26 kills to 8. This is game. It's over. At this point, it's over. Diablo is dead. They're losing Sergeant Hammer. It's another 5-man team wipe. And the catapults are marching towards the core. Big shout out especially to Li Ming, who's sitting at 88,000 damage. We have 76,000 damage from Sergeant Hammer. But a stellar performance here from Team Hlopaka in this series. A 3-1 win as they move on to the winner's match. And Team Daykwaza, they drop down into the loser's match, but they're going to face off against Team Gia. Nicely done. Awesome series. A lot of fun. And kudos to the red team. GG. Well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.